Today I have with me Jodi Scott, and she's the regional superintendent of schools. Jodi, could you take a few moments and just share with us what your role is as regional superintendent?
Sure. The regional superintendent of schools is an elected position in the state of Illinois, but we're the conduit between our state board of education and our local school districts. So we're there to help our districts kind of keep up with the rules and regs that the state puts out, the standards, the professional development, things like that. And then every regional office of education, beyond their mandated things, does a little extra with professional development and other projects, grant writing and stuff like that to help out their local school districts.
That's a busy job.
We stay busy.
And how many people do you have that work for you or with you?
I have 22 full-time staff working under different grants and projects, and total staff about 86, including my part-time staff. We have a lot of after-school programs where we have tutors that work, 5 or 6 hours a week.
Sure.
So about 86, I think.
All right. And how many total school districts or counties are
we have 4 counties, 9 school districts.
9 school districts. Okay. All right. One of the things that we've been really happy with here at Carl Sandburg College is since Jodi became the regional superintendent of schools for this entire area, is the idea of the importance of collaboration and partnerships. Jodi, would you mind sharing just a little bit about your views on that and your approach to working with Carl Sandburg College, or really anybody in the area as far as the teamwork approach?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, what we're finding out in the state of Illinois and in any place, we have to do more with less. And it's always been my idea to make sure that we're not doing things that duplicate services. We're not, going out there and everybody trying to do the same thing with separate resources. How is it that we can pool our resources? How is it that we can work together to offer these kinds of services? And we will only become better because of that. So no matter what organization or agency in our community, we try to work together, especially for those people who are working hard for our schools, our teachers and our students, and how can they use us as a conduit to do that. The regional offices are really the only agency that kind of has that direct connection to every school district in the state of Illinois. And so with that, our schools know to come to the ROE for professional development. They know to come to the ROE for licensure. They know those are the places to go. So we are able to be that conduit for any agency that wants to work with our schools and get information out.
Okay. And one of the things that we are working together on is what we call Sandburg Educational Network. And then this year, for the first time, Jodi put a component in for principals also being able to get academy credit. Could you share with us a little bit more about that?
Sure. I think any time that we're getting teachers and administrators out of the building for professional development is important. But the other thing that we have to do with that is make the most use of that time that we possibly can, because it's really hard to get out of your building and to get that professional development and to be able to interact with others. As a part of professional development for administrators in the state of Illinois, they have to earn Administrators Academy credit. And so with all of the work that you were doing through the Sandburg Education Network, and I was able to attend that prior to being the regional superintendent over here, I saw the administrators are there, they're involved, they're doing all the things that they need to be doing in order to earn that credit. So working together to be able to write that Administrators Academy, to set out what our goals are, and to offer that for administrators who were able to attend and get out of their buildings at that time, it kind of handled both of those things and brought them together to be able to see what was going on and become better tech people.
Right, exactly.
Great tech things going on.
Right. And it has been a good experience for everybody. And the last thing I'd like to mention or talk on is recently you had the Illinois Secretary of Education I guess a bus tour of the area schools, and I know a comment that you made was one of the reasons you wanted to do this is to bring her to small rural schools and give her an introduction to what it's like in Western Illinois. Could you expand on that a little bit?
I think absolutely. The first time I heard Dr. Beth Purvis speak, she has great ideas. She's dynamic. But it was apparent that maybe, more of her background and experiences was with suburban urban school districts. And all of her ideas, I just wanted to make sure, as she is a decision maker at the state level, that she understood what we look like out here? What is it like out here in Western Illinois, where there's a lot of miles in between our schools, and what is it when students have choices, and what does that mean for us, and how is it that we're operating? And so I asked her and see our schools and visit. So what we decided to do was put her on a minibus and do her a tour of our region, get a feel for what it's like for students.
Exactly.
They get on a bus, they ride for an hour. This is how far apart our schools are. This is what we do. And, and actually kind of an unintended consequence of all of that is we had to show off all the great things we do out here. And she was so impressed. And it was really, the message was, small rural schools, the access to small rural schools, the busing, the transportation, the importance when you're thinking about funding. But what she really got to see is, man, there's some amazing things that go on in our small schools. And it's not just the larger school districts that are able to do those things. And she was very impressed, and we were very excited that we were able to show off some of the great things that we're doing.
Well, that's awesome. And I guess that's the message that I think all of us in this area, it's like being a proud parent, is, we got a lot we want to show off around here. We got a lot of good things going on, and even though we do have, we're small and we got a lot of things, adversity, we definitely are mighty, and we learned to overcome some stuff, and we are still providing students here a great education.
Absolutely.
So I want to thank Jodi for coming and visiting with us today, and she's doing a great job of leading our schools in the area. So thank you.
Thank you.